Sergeant Matlovich versus the US Air Force is definitely an interesting film. It sounded really fascinating and it definitely made me think a lot. This was released in 1978. It's directed by Paul Leaf, written by John McGreevey, with a cast including Brad Dourif, Frank Converse, William Daniels, Stephen Elliott, Rue McClanahan, and various others. And it's because of Rue McClanahan that I wanted to watch this. I don't think I would have ever really come across it otherwise. I might have done it at some point, but it's certainly not a film that automatically appealed to me, but I'm certainly glad I had a reason to watch this. IMDb explains this without giving anything away. Well, I don't think it gives anything away. I feel like it's certainly the main point of the narrative, and this is it as follows. The true story of Leonard Malkovich, a US Air Force sergeant who was dismissed from the Air Force for being gay, and the story of his fight to be reinstated. Yeah, that's not something I ever thought about. And I'd never heard of this individual, so I went in not with any specific expectations. I wasn't looking for a certain type of character or certainly any specifics in the story. So if you are aware of the true story on which this is based, and if you have any thoughts on how the film compares, please feel free to share that information. I can only go based on what's in the film, but I can say it's certainly a very fascinating story that made me think quite a lot, and mostly it's engaging in the film. It's a little slow here and there, but nothing really that significant. The characters are certainly interesting, particularly Matlovich, and I don't know how true the character is to the real individual, but in the film he was likeable. It was easy to emotionally connect with the character and to really emotionally connect with the journey, with the story within the film, which obviously helps make it a much more immersive experience. Really good performances across the board, and obviously there are a lot of different emotions in the film, and as a viewer I found it quite easy to feel a lot of those emotions, which again helps to heighten the overall experience. Good camera work, not the most engaging colour palette. Visually it's not the most engaging film, but it's certainly believable, and we have good decor and costumes. It looks fine. It's an interesting story. The fact that it's based on truth is definitely something that's fascinating. It makes it a lot more emotional. As I said, I don't know completely how factually accurate it is, but if anybody has any knowledge there, please do share. And from my perspective, I can say it's an interesting film, generally a well-executed story with some interesting characters, and if it sounds like a film for you, then I'd say Sergeant Matlovich versus the US Air Force might be one that's worth checking out.